What is up, guys? It is Coasters and Things here today, and today's review is of a coaster very near and dear to me. This is Thunderhead at Dollywood. This is a GCI wooden coaster, and it is often considered one of the top GCIs out there. Now, why is this coaster very close to my heart, you may ask? Because this was my first big roller coaster. I had ridden a couple of kiddie coasters before this, but this was my first major roller coaster. Before I get into the ride, I'll just tell y'all my story with this coaster. So the first time I rode Thunderhead was when I was 9 years old. I was scared to death of roller coasters at this point, and I rode it, and I came off crying because of how rough it was. After that, I went 4 years before I rode another big roller coaster, as sad as it is to admit it. I remember the first time I rode Thunderhead, I was even in the front row, and I still hated it after I came off. So even though my first experience with a big roller coaster was not a good one, I've grown a lot, and I'm now the enthusiast I am today, and I've ridden almost 200 coasters. Just shows how much I've progressed in the 11 years now since I rode this for the first time. Now let me tell you, this ride is awesome. It first opened in 2004 as the headlining attraction of the new Timber Canyon section of the park. This area is way in the back, and you have to walk up a super steep hill to get there. Anyone that has been to Dollywood knows how hilly this park is at times. Fun fact though, when this area first opened, it wasn't called Timber Canyon. It was actually initially called Thunderhead Gap. I still remember when it was called that actually. Now, if you don't know what the term Thunderhead means, it is a type of storm cloud that produces natural disasters such as tornadoes and hurricanes, but it also refers to Thunderhead Mountain, which is a mountain in the Smoky Mountains where Dollywood is located at. This also is the first coaster that is shown in the intro and outro to my videos. Following its opening, it was the highest ranked new roller coaster of 2004 in the Golden Ticket Awards. In 2005 and 2006, this ride even won the Golden Ticket Award for Best Wooden Coaster in the World. It's still the only GCI to ever win the Golden Ticket Award for Best Wooden Coaster. Other GCIs have won the Best New Ride of the Year Golden Ticket Award, including Prowler and Mystic Timbers, but Thunderhead's still the only one that ranked at number 1. That's honestly crazy to think that my home park's wooden coaster, at one point, was ranked as the number 1 wooden coaster in the world. So when you approach Thunderhead, you notice how impressive its structure is. It twists every which way. You pass under the Thunderhead sign, along with its 2 Golden Ticket Awards, as you go through the queue and up into the station. Typically, you don't get to pick your row because Dollywood gets extremely high attendance numbers. Once you're in your row, you step into your train. These are the classic GCI Millennium Flyer trains. Millennium Flyers are always great, and these are no exception. Like most Millennium Flyers, these have 12 rows. And fun fact, one of the trains is a train that formerly operated on Ozark Wildcat at Celebration City before that coaster and park were shut down. So when you sit down, you notice how comfortable these seats are. They are padded so comfortably, it almost feels like sitting on a couch, it's so comfortable. These are by far the most comfortable Millennium Flyer trains I have ridden in. Each row only has 1 seatbelt, so both riders have to share it. One thing interesting, when everyone's seated and their seatbelt is checked, the lap bars actually come down on their own when the ride-op lets them down. You don't have to pull them down, they come down on their own. I've noticed that with some older GCIs, whereas the newer ones don't have this feature. Once you roll out of the station, you go through a right-hand helix. It's around 270 degrees, and then you start up the lift hill. This coaster is exactly 100 feet tall. When you get to the top, as of 2019, you get a great view of Wildwood Grove. Before Wildwood Grove existed, there was just a bunch of trees back behind the lift hill, but now you get the awesome view of Wildwood Grove, which is great. Then you go down the 100-foot curved drop. It feels a little more like a downward bank turn than a drop, honestly. Personally, I don't like curved drops as much as straight drops, but you go under a support, which is a great hand chopper effect. This is where you hit your max speed of 54 miles per hour. Immediately following the drop, you bank left and up into the far turnaround that you see on the very end of the ride. This is a right-handed turnaround where you feel some good laterals. You then come down, bank left, and up again into a small airtime hill, which goes through the lift hill. This is the first bit of airtime on the ride, a nice floater pop. Next, you bank left further, come down, turn right through another awesome hand chopper under another section of the layout, and through another airtime hill. This one once again is floater, and this is also where your on-ride photo is taken. You then go through this awesome right-hand bank turn where you feel a lot of laterals and into a rare element. This is a station fly-through. The train literally goes through the top of the station. It is very loud, and it is very smooth too. And for all you out there calling it a station fly-by, you're wrong. If it was a station fly-by, it would go by the station, not through the station. Therefore, it is a station fly-through, not a station fly-by. These two elements back to back are my favorite parts of Thunderhead. Immediately exiting the fly-through, you get an ejector pop actually. Yes, this coaster has both floater and ejector. A left-hand bank turn follows, then down and slightly right, under the structure again, twice. You get 2 more ejector pops during this, by the way. Next, you go through another left-hand downward bank turn, over a little ejector hill, nice ejector here, where you once again pass under the track, slightly left, then right through the structure again. Finally, you come down, a little airtime pop, and turn left into the brake run. If you weren't keeping track, this coaster passes through its own structure a total of 7 times. That is remarkable. It has 3,230 feet of track and a total of 22 turns and 32 crossovers. Thunderhead packs a lot into its layout. The elements are all bam, 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 one after another. Plus, this coaster is smoother than it used to be. Dollywood has done a lot of retracking on this coaster over the past few years. You can tell they really care about this ride and want to keep it as good as possible. This coaster is also, as of March 2021, the only coaster I have ever gotten to climb the lift hill of. During Thrills in the Hills in 2019, we got to take a lift hill tour of Thunderhead. Now, you had to be 18 years old to do it, and I had just turned 18 earlier that year, so I was the youngest one on the tour. For Thunderhead's overall score, it will earn an 8.5 out of 10. Thunderhead will forever hold a special place in my heart as the start of all the big roller coasters I've now ridden. It isn't my most ridden coaster, that goes to Lightning Rod in the same park, but actually this is my second most ridden coaster. It's currently my second favorite roller coaster at Dollywood, behind Lightning Rod of course. This is definitely one of GCI's best creations. I am always happy to take a ride on Thunderhead, and I am very happy that my home park has this great wooden coaster. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and this is Coasters and Things signing out.